Hi everyone, Iris here. It is Saturday morning. I believe it is the 6th, maybe it's the 7th of November. I have on my Urban Gaming nail wraps in rose gold glitter. So go ahead and make sure you check out www.urbangamingent.com so you can check out all of the styles and colors that we have, especially in time for the holiday season and to get stuff for the woman that you love. So I know I haven't had any podcasts in a while. Actually, I think one of the last podcasts that I did was in March, if I'm not mistaken. We were doing really good with having our podcasts once a week and every Sunday, but there was a couple of like just crazy stuff that happened, and the primary, excuse me, motivation of the podcast is to grow friendship, right? And to just make people feel supported and loved and everything. And so we basically, in March, there was the stock market crash. And then there was the pandemic. And then there was George Floyd. And then there was, excuse me, I think Ahmaud Arbery was in February. So that was first, Ahmaud Arbery. Then there was Breonna Taylor, excuse me. Then there was George Floyd. And then there was, people in the streets like saying enough is enough. And just, I just didn't feel like doing a podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like just talking casually about stuff because I was really hurt, and then I felt like another type of way about it, which was like, how dare I be hurt? I have a good life. I live in a great community. I don't necessarily feel super oppressed personally, but I know history, and I'm seeing this stuff happen, and it's like, so I had that too, like, who am I to be so offended and so hurt, when I feel like my life is in, pretty good working order. I have peace, I have a little bit of security, I have a great family, we're all still happy and healthy and whatever. And also, in this time, I happened to lose my grandfather. So, but he was a great man. He was 96 years old. The hardest part about that was thinking that we weren't going to be able to be with him in his last hours. But he was able to make it home. And so, at least, his last few hours he got to spend with the people that he loved the most, so that was awesome. But again, it was just like another thing where it was like, oh, I don't feel like spreading friendship right now. Like, I just kind of have to get a grip. So this week, actually, I think last night or maybe early this morning, the election finally got called. It looks like Biden is going to win, Biden Harris, and Trump is out of there. We've been waiting for a long time for these posts. I feel like, 4 days seems to be really, really long, especially when we have the technology that we have, and, we're able to keep records. It's like, come on, like, why is it like that? And, and then you see all these videos surfacing of people tampering with ballots, which I think that the people who are down with Trump have every right to be like, hey, yo, this don't even look right. But my thing with that is Trump already was doing some weird shenanigan stuff with USPS. I actually happen to have a business, Urban Gaming, and I use USPS to ship to my customers. And so, those shenanigans with the USPS, basically having the guy that's responsible have, what is it, like direct like stocks or something with in UPS. So he actually has financial incentive for the USPS to be defunded and be in disarray. It's like, yo, dude, you were doing something. you were already doing engaging in funny business because you thought that mostly mail-in ballots were Democratic leaning, and then when the Democrats started doing their funny business, which they had two primaries to perfect, and both times denied Bernie Sanders, his nomination. But I have issues with my boy Bernie as well. He broke my heart this year, and I had to stop supporting him because he's not down for reparations. So, but that's another thing. Um, so yeah, like I don't even know where I was going. So I'm oh with the Trump people. Yeah, I understand they feeling some type of way, but their boy cheated first. I don't want to say cheated first, but he also cheated before he got cheated. So now I don't even feel bad. Like, yeah, no, I don't. Do I trust the election results? No. Do I believe them? No. Do I think that uh, the numbers are adding up? Uh, I haven't really checked the numbers, but I have a feeling that they don't. Do I think election tampering happened? Yes. How did I vote? I didn't vote for either one. I'm not voting for the son of a KKK member, and I'm a Klansman, and I'm also not voting for the segregationist who authored the '94 crime bill while his son, well, I don't know if his son, I doubt his son was a crackhead back then, but his son is a crackhead now. So instead, he can sit around there and lock up one third of two generations of black people, for some crack and shit that his folks actually got into our communities. But when his son has like an addiction problem, he gonna ship him over to Ukraine, making like 80 grand a month or whatever it is. So I do have issues. The last lesser of two evils vote I voted for was for Obama. And in 2012, that was the time where I was like, yo, I used to call Mitt Romney Robotny. I can't let Robotny win. I can't let him win. Like, for me, that was like, he was the antithesis of like the people, working people, and whatever. And Obama in turn didn't do anything. He didn't prosecute the officers that shot Tamir Rice. He didn't prosecute George Zimmerman, who shot Trayvon Martin. Both of those boys were children, 112, 117. He allowed not only he I don't know if he allowed or anything, but I know that they signed qualified immunity or whatever, which made it even more difficult to prosecute cops who shoot unarmed civilians. Um, and didn't do anything for Eric Garner's family. And I'm just like, and then that's just those specific cases. But then it's like, there was such a lack of policy for my people. And so what ends up happening? We lose more wealth under his presidency than before. And it's like, wow. And he had policies that were for specific demographics, as he should, but he didn't have anything specific for us. So this is already getting into 8 minutes, but I think I'm just just getting this out there because, I'm not jumping for joy on this election. The only good thing, excuse me, I just noticed that I have some sleep in my eyes. In my opinion, the only good thing that came out of this election is that Trump's ass may go to jail. He might, but I'm not holding my breath. He definitely is criminal. He was definitely out for himself. He definitely probably made a lot of money. A lot of other people made a ton of money too. So I think that's the only like good thing, if you can say anything good can come out of this election. But I'm not jumping for joy for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And then also with how just just with my ear to like the Twitter streets and whatnot, it just seems like people got in the streets at first, and it really was about like, hey, hold these police officers accountable. Like, nobody should be able to take somebody's life like that on camera and be sponsored by the state and the federal government. Like, it should not happen, but it did. And it's like, so that's what I thought everybody was protesting. We were protesting inequality. We were protesting the police murders of unarmed citizens. And then it just turned into something else because now these people have elected the author of the '94 crime bill, and his running mate was a top cop who disproportionately locked up black people. how is this a win? I would just like to know, how is this a win? Why are people like jumping for joy? Like, I don't understand. Like, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. So, friends, if you can let me know, please let me know. Like, why should we be celebrating? And honestly, if nobody is talking about reparations for the descendants of American slaves, if nobody is talking about closing that racial wealth gap, is if nobody is talking about repairing the centuries, okay, centuries of terrorism that my people have endured. If you're not talking about that, then what are you even talking about? It's hot air. So that's what I will implore those of you who will see this video. What are you celebrating? If you are celebrating, like, let me know. I'm not gonna like chastise you or nothing like that, because I really don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't also get it um celebrating to me and to those who look like me, like this is like this victory for us, because it's not. It isn't. We get to roll things back to a comfortable anti-black time. And it kind of makes me a bit sick, and it makes me very sad. Um, I don't want to say sad like defeated like that, because it doesn't make me like defeated in that way, but it does make me like go, like what the fuck? Like what? What are y'all talking about? So also please excuse my brows. I did just get like microbladed about a week ago, so we're in the healing process. So don't hold it. I ain't going through nothing too much, but you see, the hair is like pretty healthy and whatever. But not to take it back to being vain. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna start, gearing back up into the podcast world. Of course, I've been using this time, I guess I would say, to develop my business, pick up urban gaming, also to just make sure that I have enough in my cup, because everything. When you start realizing how like really anti-black everything is, including people who think they are allies. Case in point, Prop 16 was voted down in California, which is supposedly like the progressive state. But dude, I'm all over the place. I don't even know where my mind was going. The tangents come, and then it's just like, what? Yeah, but anyways, I'm going to try to do more. I think that's what I was saying. I'm going to try to do more videos, definitely gear back up into bringing y'all friendship, because that is my goal, is to spread friendship worldwide. We need to have actual like-minded people who are down for love, and who are actually down for equality, and who are sane. You know what I mean? Not like insane where we have to deny history and deny data and whatever, but we need to have people who are of sound mind and of sound heart. We all need to come together, and I think people, hopefully will do that, and maybe like the crazy sheeple will just kind of like eat themselves. I don't know, but I really do want to have a place that my people can be empowered, and that all people are empowered. We are all creations of the Most High after all. So with that, this has been a 12-minute video. I'm not celebrating the trick. Kamala is a trick, in my opinion. Biden is a segregationist. He locked in my people. I'm not celebrating him. It will be very interesting if Trump goes to jail. We shall see. But in my opinion, that is the only good thing about this election, is that there is a possibility of Trump going to jail. So before I go, I would like to say one more thing. And it is this: politicians are not going to be comfortable anymore. We are coming for our check, in the words of MLK. So reparations for the descendants of American slavery. This country owes us for that debt. We built this country. They told us they were going to give us 40 acres and a mule for fighting on the side of the North for the Civil War. And then I forgot who, it's escaping me right now, but whoever the president was after Lincoln was assassinated, he basically took it back and then gave reparations to the ex-slave owners. So there we go. We coming for our check. And until we get our check, until America pays what is owed, no politician is going to be comfortable. None. Nobody in the community should be comfortable. None. Because everybody is basically dancing in the blood of injustice. Everyone. Whether you got here 10 years ago, 2 years ago, whether you've been here, regardless of how much melanin you have, regardless of all of that, if you are here and you are breathing, you are doing so on the blood of Black Americans. You're doing so on the blood of those that were enslaved. You are doing so on the blood of the Native people who are here. And if we don't get no justice, nobody will be comfortable. All praises to the Most High. Have a great weekend, friends.